Hello everybody. This is my third video of my direct experience with the unknown. If you want to understand my video, that is this one, you need to watch also part 1, part 2 of my other videos. Only then you will have the right background to understand what I'm talking about in this video. There is a way to watch my videos. Do not watch my videos when you are doing other kinds of work. When you watch my video, focus on the place in between my two eyebrows. The reason is that when I talk, the thing that I am describing, which is beyond the human mind, is in front of me, though you cannot see it because you are seeing everything through the five senses and your mind. But that energy is there, and that will destroy your ignorance if you permit, slowly but certainly. So that is the way to watch my videos. It is time for me to declare who I am and what I'm here for with 100% certainty. I am the eternal, unknown, quote unquote, God. I am putting the word God inside quotation mark because you have different description of that word. In my world, that term God does not exist. Only in human mind that word exists. I am always in the darkness, total darkness, where there is nothing to describe, nothing to see, no witness, nothing witnessed. That has tremendous potential energy, and from there the world comes out. I'll talk about it slowly. In my first video, I said that I come from the darkness, and something separates from me, and that says I'm a being and a non-being, and the darkness will eat me up, and so on. This is Adi Shiva and Adi Shakti state. I am that Adi Shiva with certainty, and I am that Adi Shakti with 100% assurance. And I also said in my first video that I have three eyes. The right one is a white eye, and the left one is a red eye, and the middle one is the golden one. And this is what you call as Shiva, Shiva having three eyes. Also, in one of my experiences, I create out of darkness the three heads, and I look at the middle one, and the middle one becomes alive with the golden light coming from my forehead, falling on it, and then I merge with that one, and I become I become one with the five snake on top of me. That is Vishnu. I am Vishnu without any doubt. And that central figure which became alive with the power of my golden light is what you call Lakshmi. That is also the one which was flowing through my top of my head, the place in the top of my head, and cleaned my whole body, giving tremendous joy to me. And I should describe another experience of me at this point. And in one of my friend's house in New Jersey, in United States, about 20 years back, I was talking to the friend, and suddenly I raised my head. Again, the darkness came about, arresting of my mind. Then I saw a short, fat figure like an Indian sage with a kamandal in his right hand. And I didn't know who that was at that time. Later, I understood that that's what you call Agastya or Agathir in Tamil. And when he looked at me, three head united together appeared on my head, on top of my head. Then he smiled lovingly and left without telling me what is that about and why I have that experience. That is what in Hindu tradition you call Brahma, Vishnu, and Sadashiva. I am that one, and I'm telling you without any doubt that I am that three in one. What you call Maheshwara or whatever. I am that one. And the three lights appear in this world because I see through three of my eyes: the white light, the red light, the golden light. As I said in the earlier videos, that white light is the place where all the I-ness stay. By the way, the I-ness, pure I-ness, is what you call Atma or Anma, whatever term you have, or Hindu tradition has. The golden light, as I said before, is the one which is appearing as a life principle in each and every one of you. And red light supports your earth consciousness. I am that Parvati, what you call Puma Devi or Parvati, which has the red light in itself. And I want to talk about some of the ignorances that you have. For example, some of you are going to Himalayas hoping to find Shiva, and you are meditating, sitting in the cold Himalayas. Kailash is not in Himalayas. It is the top of your head. When your eye consciousness reaches that point, your body freezes, is so cold, and that is what the ancient sages had in mind when they said the Shiva is in a place where your body will freeze. Probably over the time, that has been identified as the Himalaya. So if you go to Himalayas to find Shiva, you will never find. That one is on top of your head, where the golden light entered to flow inside my body. Also, the three rivers, the Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati, the white one, the red one, and the golden one. They are not rivers in northern India. Many of you are going to northern India to bathe yourself in Ganges, hoping that all your sins will be forgiven. That will never happen. You must have noticed this very clearly, that your sins were not forgotten or forgiven by dipping into that river. These three rivers are actually are the ones which flow from above through your through the top of your head inside you. If you watch the way that they worship gods in southern India, I don't know what they do in northern India. For example, in Muruga temple or Shiva temple, they will bathe this idol with three kinds of liquid, what they call abhishekam. The first one is Kumkum Abhishekam, that is the red light, the flowing of the red light through the top of that idol. Second one is the Chandan Abhishekam, the golden one, the yellow one. That represents the golden light flowing through the top of the head. And the third one is Pala Abhishekam or Milk Abhishekam, and that's the white one. This is the significance of the three kinds of liquid they pour on top of the god's idol in South India. You must very clearly note this. Um, because you are spending a lot of money going to northern India and bathing yourself in Ganges, hoping that your sins will be forgiven. By the way, from the viewpoint of God, I'm telling you very, very emphatically that you never committed any sin. You will ever commit any sin. You will not commit any sin at any time in your life. The sin, the feeling that you are committed a sin is in your human mind. Of course, if you violate any of the laws of the society, you will be punished. And that is meant to maintain the society, the well-being of the society. But in the eyes of God, there is no sin. You never committed any sin. You will never commit any sin. There is no need your sins to be forgiven by God. There is only ignorance of forgetting who really God is and who really you are, and the relationship between you and the God, and what life means. So that is what I called Asuras, and that the destruction of that is my goal. Let me tell you where that power to destroy the ignorance is coming from. In one of my experiences, again there is this total darkness, resting of my mind, and immediately I see a chakra, a ring outside. There is one ring inside. There is another ring outside. From the outer part of the inner ring, there are 8 spokes coming and touching the outer ring. The spokes are 8 in number. This is what is called Narsimha Chakra, and no human being will ever be able to see this in their meditation or when they do yogas. This is beyond the reach of a normal human mind. Only when you realize that you exist beyond the mind, and you will be able to experience this. And even then, it's extremely difficult to experience this one. This chakra is known as Ashuranta chakra. Ashur means, as you know, and as I said in another video, in one of my earlier videos, is ignorance. Anta means ending. The power to end or remove all ignorance is residing in that chakra, and I have that chakra in front of me. That is the energy which can destroy the ignorance. By the way, by talking to you through such videos is not the only way that I will be destroying your ignorance. I will work from inside you without knowledge to remove ignorance if you permit me. The reason why I'm saying that if you permit me again and again is because you are not slave of God. You are the one which gives embodiment to the formless one in earth consciousness, in the consciousness where you are. You are not slave of God. You have full freedom, 100% freedom to be whatever you want to be. So unless you listen, unless you turn to me, unless you agree with my proposal, I will not destroy your ignorance. And if you want to live with ignorance, go ahead. But you will be responsible whatever happens because of your insistence that you will not allow me to remove your ignorance. By the way, there is another way that I will be able to remove your ignorance. That is by using 5 ganas, or what you call in Hindu tradition Panchabhutams, that is the 5 bhutas. I will have the power to work with those 5 energies to make changes in this world. Coming back to the topic of your ignorance about God, you will never worship. You should not worship God because you are worshiping a form which your mind has created, or Indian sages have given you. Over the time, that form has been corrupted, and and by worshiping that, you will never be able to go beyond the mind to see what God is. Let me tell you an experience of mine to tell you why you should never worship a God. What you need to do is you should understand what God is. You should understand your ignorance, which is preventing you from seeing God. Um, there is a temple in New Jersey near my house. Rather, it was, because I'm not in New Jersey at this point. This is again about 15, 20 years back. Um, my wife used to take me there, and before my first experience of the golden light, I used to worship the gods as directed by my grandma half-heartedly, because I was not happy with the fact that this God is not removing the suffering of human beings. But after my first experience, whenever I worship a form of God, I will worship only that golden light inside me. But after what happened in the temple in New Jersey, I stopped worshiping. And let me tell you what happened in that temple. There was, probably there is still, Vinayaka statue when you enter the temple. When I worshipped, again by worshipping the one which is inside me, the light inside me, suddenly everything changed. The total darkness again arresting of my mind. There was beautiful blue light in front of me, all around me. And then afterwards, I went to the statue behind Vinayaka, and that was the Devi statue. When I worshipped that one, something happened. Again, the darkness and on the top of the darkness, the same statue that I was worshipping appeared, and it started worshipping me. And that was a big, huge shock to me. And then I went to the Muruga statue nearby in the temple. And when I tried to worship, or suddenly I saw a white light coming from above and falling all over my body, and that was the end of that experience. And that is when I stopped worshiping any god in any form. I don't worship myself. I don't worship any form. I do not want you to worship at any time my form. This is not what you see in me is as a human body is not what is beyond the human mind. You should very clearly understand that. And also, I would like to talk to you about another experience which clearly established in me that the whole world is my dream. There was again this darkness arresting of my mind, and there was a huge statue, like what you call Mahishasuramarddini, in some kind of light darkness color. And nearer to that statue, there was a human being, king like prince like human being, bare body, with beautiful ornaments like the olden day prince. He was drinking milk from the breasts of that statue, that is Mahishasuramarddini. And immediately I see there is one which is again me watching this, and the whole these two appear within a bubble, within a bubble, uh, within a bubble which is ending at the eyes of that person or the figure which is watching this. That person watching this, of course, that person does not have any form whatsoever, and that is me. And also, the whole thing is being watched, and that's also me. That's the day that I realized the whole world that is appearing here as world is my dream. Um, that started appearing when I first came out of the darkness, and there is one voice which is going out from me and started saying being, non-being, etc. That is the seed. That is the beginning of the dream. The three myself having three eyes, all the lights, the three lights, everything is my dream. And that is another thing that I would like to talk about. um, there is another experience I would like to share with you. That's again is a very important to tell you who I am. um, One day again this darkness, and then in front of me there is this white cow, at the from the bottom of its stomach. um, uh, there are many rays, white rays coming and falling on me. They stay inside me for a short while, and then going back to that white cow. When a ray comes out of that white cow and reaches me, someone or something is born in this world with the eye consciousness, the pure I-ness, because the one watching the white cow is the earth consciousness, or or Parvati. I am that energy, that Parvati or earth consciousness, whatever you want to call it. And when the person dies, and that ray leaves me from the earth and goes back to the white cow again. This is what happens when normal human beings die. When you die, your life is life energy, which is the golden light inside you, is about to leave you. You'll be stuck for a short while at the level of your human mind. That's when you really undergo something like a hell. Whatever you have done in your life, you will see the consequences of that. That's where you see your ancestors and your father, mother, all the people that you have attachment to. And once that life energy leaves, is about to leave, you'll be forced to come out of that mind. Then power of that mind, your mind will disappear. And then life energy will leave you, and then you'll go back to the sea of golden light. And when that happens, the I-ness inside you will leave you, and then it will go back to the white sea from where that pure I-ness came from. And from the viewpoint of human beings, you say that a man is born, a man or a woman is born, and he dies. But from the viewpoint of the eternal one, which is beyond the human mind, God's embodiment appears in this world. Note that I'm using the word appearance. Birth is just an appearance in the appearance to your five senses. And the death is the disappearance of that form, which disappears from the view of your five senses. That's all to it. You do not have to be afraid of death. You do not have to celebrate the birth of a child. Birth is coming into appearance to the five senses. Death is just disappearance of this form that goes beyond your five senses. That's all to that one is. Also, I want to tell you one more ignorance that you have. Somehow you have inherited through time, that is Om is consists of the sun, moon, and fire, and you are going and worshipping the sun, and you are afraid the moon being eclipsed during the moon eclipse, and you are worshipping the fire. They are not really sun, moon, and fire. Sun is the golden light. Sun represents the golden light. Moon represents the white light. Fire represents the red light. These are the three jyotis. The Om mantra, the meaning of Om mantra is the merging of the red light and the white light, and the emergence of this golden one from the merging of the two, or merging of these three. And you can never ever recite a mantra without being initiated by some Shakti which is inside you. And that Shakti is what I called Iksh, the one which was flowing out of me in one of my experiences, which I described in the first video. Unless that one comes and initiates you with the mantra, you will never have the power to recite any mantra including Om. You should clearly note that. So it is time now. I'm ending this video. Maybe I will have time to talk about these things further. Please leave your questions as comments. I will respond to them.